please.
Hello, good evening. My name is Riithra and I'm a lecturer at Perdana University teaching psychology and counseling course. So today we're going to talk about a little bit about psychological well-being since I know some of the students are going, for most of the students will be sitting for their SPM examination soon. So I thought I could take this time to just go over a little bit about how basically about your psychological well-being and how you can keep track of it during this very stressful time before the exams and during the exams and maybe after exams as well. All right, so I'm just going to share my screen. Hello.
Yes. Now it's it. I can hear you now.
Okay. Hey, the student got kicked out accidentally, I think. Okay. Okay, all right, so as you can see the screen. Okay, so we're going to talk about psychological well-being. Yeah. Okay, so what is psychological well-being? So the phrase psychological well-being is used to describe an individual's emotional health and overall functioning. Okay, so this I'll later explain on the other factors of it. Yeah. Okay, so how do I achieve psychological well-being? Okay, there are five factors. There's the physical health and fitness, stress and coping, which is more to the mental side, emotional health, which is the emotions, your relationships, which also can say your social life, social lifestyle, and academic functioning. This is of course the current situation that most students are going through right now, to whether they are in college or they are still in high school or primary school and all that. So as you can see, it goes in a circle, right? Everything relates to one another. The most important is your physical health. Once your physical health is up to par and you're healthy and fit, you are able to manage and cope with stress or any other mental distress, right? So your sadness or anything like that, and from there you're able to cope with your emotions, and from there you can so on able to have a healthy relationship with your friends, your family, your co-workers, or your school friends, your teachers, and so on. And of course in the end it affects your academic functioning. So whether you be able to focus or not, would you be able to concentrate in class, or would you be able to memorize or understand what you're actually studying. Okay. Okay, but today we're just going to focus on the we're just going to focus on the emotional and social. All right. Okay, and a little bit we'll touch a little bit about mental well-being as well. Okay, let's start with social and emotional well-being. Right. So health and well-being is more than just the absence of illness. Okay, it includes our physical health and safety, social and emotional health, spiritual wellness, and subjective sense of well-being. Okay, the social and emotional well-being is also very important life aspect, and it has an impact on your physical health, quality of life, and personal achievement. So like I said just now, everything connects. Okay, so everything needs to be in a very stable level for it to help each other in different factors. Okay, right. So like I said, mental and emotional well-being, what is in it for me? So when you do something, of course you have to have a benefit, or you have to have a reaction to it or a response to it, right? Okay, so mental and emotional well-being is essential to overall health. Okay, positive mental health allows people to realize their full potential, so your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and so on, and cope with the stresses of life, work productivity, or in this case student productivity, and make meaningful contributions to their communities. Okay, so early childhood experiences have lasting measurable consequences later in life. So whatever happens in your childhood, whether it's good memories, bad memories, it's often brought forward to your adult life. It will affect how you function as an adult. Okay, so it's very important to have a very stable and healthy mental emotional well-being. Okay, so therefore, fostering emotional well-being for the earliest stages of life helps build a foundation for overall health and well-being. Okay, like I said, having a stable and healthy lifestyle is very important to for you to bring it to your adulthood, so that you can have a healthy mindset in order for you to continue with work, your career, and so on. Okay, what if it's not there? Okay, what happens if your mental and emotional well-being is not there? Okay, so this is what happens when you go into your anxiety, your depression, your sadness, and impulse control disorders that are associated with a higher probability of risk behaviors. Okay, so this is when you go into your alcohol, your drugs, your partying, your lack of focus, your relationship issues, and stuff like that. Okay, so you can see here family violence and other chronic and acute conditions. So you tend to, some people they stop eating because they just don't have the mood. Some people they binge, they eat more. So like I said, obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, your heart problems, and so on, right? Because you're not taking care, if you're mentally, emotionally not taking care of yourself, it starts affecting your physical health. And again, it goes in a very, very big cycle, a very, I would say, quite an important cycle where everything affects everything else. All right. So, what are the characteristics of emotional wellness? Okay, emotional wellness is the stability to be of and aware of and accept our feelings rather than just deny them. uh, it's quite often where you come across a lot of people where when you ask them how are you doing and how are you feeling, a lot of people they feel like letting out their negative emotions or saying like I'm sad, I'm depressed, or I'm anxious. They don't feel like it will help anyone, so they just try to deny it, and they think by denying it they would feel better after some time. But what you're actually really doing is just suppressing your negative feelings. And as they said, sikit-sikit naik jadi bukit, right? So at one point you're going to erupt. So always be able to express how you feel, whether it's emotional, whether it's negative or positive, right? Okay, so another characteristic is have an optimistic approach to life, right? You need to see the the light at the end of the tunnel. You need to have a lot of optimism in your life. Okay, it's sometimes very, very hard, but you need to try. Okay, and enjoy life despite its occasional disappointments and frustrations. Okay, so for exams, for example, if let's say one of the exams you score 65 and your target was maybe 75, and I know that can be a bit disappointing, but it's still, it's 65, and to get that 65 you must have worked really, really hard, right? So just tell yourself like, hey, I'm going to work harder. It's not that far from 75. I will achieve it. That kind of optimism and positive thoughts, right? All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so 8 tips for emotional wellness. Okay, so the 8 one, I'm going to keep it really brief and short. Okay, keep expectations to yourself and others realistic. Okay, your expectations must be measurable. It must be realistic. It must be rational. Okay, you can't say that within a year you want to fly to the moon, right? You can't do that because astronauts have to go through a lot of training. So make sure it's very rational and realistic. Okay, because unrealistic expectation lead to disappointment and feeling of failure. So we might try to avoid that feelings of failure right there. Okay, okay, develop realistic goals and set out to achieve them one day at a time. Okay, everything, I know you at this point everything is moving really, really fast and you want to just get there, you want to just finish it off, but no, you need to start from 1 to get to 10. Okay, you need to start from the start of the race to get to the end of the race. So one step at a time, one day at a time. Okay, learn to accept the changes in your life, right? Release the anger and the resentments. This is when something happens to you. I mean, in life, of course they are going to have some things that happen, that unwanted things are going to happen to you, and you're going to create some anger and resentment to something, someone. It happens, right? So you need to learn how to have that coping mechanism of being able to move on and releasing that anger and resentment in the right way. Okay, I'm not going to go too much in depth about that, but just try to keep in mind and do some research on how to release that anger and resentment. Okay, okay. So 5 is surround yourself with positive thoughts and positive people. That is very, very important. Yeah? Having your friends and your family close to you, giving you that support and positivity is important in growing up. Okay, gravitate towards people who are uplifting and supportive and away from those who just are so negative and always brings you down. They are not giving you any sort of support. So why would you want to have them still in your life if they're not doing anything good, right? Okay. Choose to be a good friend to yourself, right? First and foremost, self-love is always important. If you can't love yourself, how do you expect others to love you? Right? This is a very famous quote from a drag race series. I don't know if you guys have watched it before. Okay, so take care of your body, physically, spiritually, and all that. If you're experiencing emotional difficulty, talk to someone, right? So if you can't talk to your family, talk to your friends. If your friends are not available, talk to your teachers. I know school counselors are available, counselors online now are available. So reach out to someone and just talk about it. Okay. All right. So I know you guys are dealing with a lot of stress, exam stress of just studying all day and trying to memorize and all that. Okay. But very important things that can help you focus more on your studies and being for you to able to sit for your exams more successfully. Okay, these are a few things that you can do. All right, let me just move this. Okay, so of course keep fit. Okay, take some exercise, even if it's 10 minutes. Just try to exercise. Just do some jumping jacks or some star jumps or go for a walk outside if you're in a secluded area. Okay, relax. Okay, take a break. And food, eat very food is very important. And I'm not talking about your Dunkin' Donut, I'm not talking about your McDonald's, I'm not talking about your KFC. Okay, I'm talking about fruits, vegetables, your nuts. It's all good for your body. They make you focus and concentrate on your exam more and your studies. Okay, and recognizing achievement. Okay, so all this whole 5, 5, 6 years you've been studying, you are preparing for this time. So you need to think about all the achievements that you've gone through and you've gotten, and you need to be proud of yourself, right? Sleep is also very important. Get enough sleep for your brain to just rest and recharge. Reward yourself once in a while, okay? And very important, you need to plan what you're going to study. Plan your day. Plan how long you're going to study. Plan how long you're going to go for a break. Plan how long you're going to go for exercise. Everything needs to be planned so you don't get too fatigued too fast. So everything is balanced. Your mind, your body, everything is balanced. Okay? Okay. So what are you thinking at final time? Okay? If you believe teachers shouldn't overload you, school should be easier than this. You can't have a big project in every class. There has to be enough time to do all you need to do, right? So you can see that these are all very negative feelings, right? So how do you feel when you say all this? How do you feel? Actually, you're feeling a bit more stressful, but even thinking about it, right? Even more stressful, even more anxious, even more sad that there's so much of things to do and you just can't finish it off. Okay, let's put it this way: what if you believe your goal is worth the effort? Right? School is supposed to be tough. Only easy day was yesterday. You've done this before and you can do it again. Now, how do you feel about that when you rephrase it and paraphrase it that way? I'm sure you'll be feeling much more positive, much more motivated, much more hyped to do what you're going to do, and being able for you to focus. And of course, you've done it all before, so why can't you do it again and do it better, right? Okay, so by just saying and thinking in a different way, your circumstance, your feelings change, right? So when you look at this picture, you see that you're on the edge, right? Some, if you're going to think negative, you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to fall. I'm going to fall into the pool and I'm going to get hurt. What if you think about, okay, I'm in safe distance from the edge and I'm not going to fall. I'm going to be okay, right? So do your circumstances change? No, it didn't change. What changed was the way you looked at them. Okay, what you thought about that, how you're going to rephrase and train your mind to see the other side of it. Okay, get the picture. Okay, so perception is everything. The way you think is everything. It affects your health, affects your emotions, it affects your mental stability, basically affects your psychological well-being, right? So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to my psychological well-being talk. I hope you guys have a good evening and good luck to all the students who are sitting for the SPM coming in the coming days.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Riithra. Miss Riithra, for your very insightful tips about going for the final exam SPM. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can drop us a comment in the Facebook section. Okay, and then we will try to answer it. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Riithra. I would like to wish you
Thank
a very
you.
good night. Thanks, yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.
See you. Good luck for your SPM. Bye.